So g'day comrade subscribers. I've been asked a few times if I could finish this little project off with my Princess black and white TV, which is fair enough. I kind of left on a bit of a cliffhanger, I guess. So what I will do is, just to make it easier to work on the circuit board, I'll just remove these wires. Just remember how they go. In this case it's grey blue, yellow red. Then also take off the neck board, and also, I guess what, this is the flyback transformer, just pull that out as well. It's been discharged for quite some time. Then we can have a look at the PCB a bit quickly, well, a bit easier, and we'll continue on. Right, so first I'm just going to remove these. So obviously when you're working with the CRT, you've got some very high voltages involved, so be very careful. Especially, like I said, this has been discharged for a while now, so I can safely take this off, but I'm not going to go stick my tongue on that, for example. Okay, let's just get these off. Okay, now now we've just got this one PCB for the neck, I guess, so just very carefully ease it off. There we go. Cool. Put that over there. So what we did last time, so this TV has got this IC for TV large integration, an AN5151N. So that, what we did last time is on pin 5 is we've got a video output, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the video output, which goes to point M here, and then had a link wire to point N. So what I did last time is I actually just connected into, I disconnected the link and just hooked up my very simple cable there, and we got video output. So I had a bit more of a look, and it's actually this blue wire here actually takes the video out signal up to the neck. So I did actually try connecting into this one, and no, couldn't get you could see the signal, I think, but you couldn't, it was just a mess. So I then, we have a look, pin 1 there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got pin 5 here, which I said as it goes down to that there where we had a link down to here. So the blue wire is there, so you can see that we've got some passive components there as well. So connecting into here, where we've still got the passive components, we still get the we get the output image. So that seems to be kind of the place that we want to do it. We still get the visible horizontal retrace, but even with my composite or baseband video source disconnected, we still see a horizontal retrace. So maybe it's because of the age of the TV, or maybe, I don't know, maybe this chip is still interfering somehow. Maybe I need to just power it down. So if we have a look at the so, and obviously the other thing is we need to get audio in. So I've got the speaker disconnected as well, but we want to be able to play audio through the TV. So if we have a look at the schematic, so like I said, we got pin 5 is the video output and pin 11 is the audio output. And we've also apparently, I don't know in this case, but we've got 2 VCCs, 2 voltage inputs, and we've got ground. So if we have a look at the, where is it? So we've got VCC 1 on pin 20, VCC 2 on pin 16, and then ground on pin 21. So pin 16, it's got a connection up here to 115 volts. So maybe that's the output coil there. Is that output? Maybe, is it output or is it input? I don't know. So it's connected to that output coil there, I guess. Anyway, So if we look at pin 5, our video output, so this is the example circuit, application circuit. So pin 5 here is actually it's nominal 2.1 volts peak to peak, which is a bit higher than what we're putting in. Where is VO? It's not that one there. Where was it? BCC. Oh, here we go. Video output. So minimum 1.8 volts, 2.1 typical, 2.4 maximum volt peak to peak, whereas like normal composites 1 volt peak to peak. So our signal going in is a bit weaker, but it seems to be okay. We can see it. It's just the horizontal retrace. Now for the audio, I haven't looked at the audio yet. What was the audio? Pin 11. So pin 11, pretty much straight out audio output. So we'll have a look at that one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 goes to there. Can I remember where that is? Ah, okay. Variable capacitor perhaps, is it? Looks like it might go to there, or does it go to this resistor? Maybe there's a resistor there. Anyway, let's see what the video looks like at the moment. Means I have to put it all back together. Let's figure out the audio. So here we go. We've got the top side of the board overlaid with the underneath of the board. So I've got it so that we've got pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pin 5 is the video output, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pin 11 here is the audio output. So if we have a look, so we want to match up. So look at it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the video output. You can see we go down to here. We've got a hole at the moment because I've sucked the solder out, and then we jump down to here. So this is where the link was, and I think that's where I put the video input last time. You see here we've got, we can, I don't want to zoom at the moment because it matches up perfectly, but I don't know if we can maybe have a look on here. This is the original. So that's where the link goes. It goes from there to here, and then we've got some other components here and down here. So this here is where the blue wire goes up to the actual CRT itself. So what we'll find is we've got some. So yeah, so that's point M. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So pin 5, point M, point N. And let's go out. So we can see here we've got point M, point N here, and then we've got the blue wire down there, capacitor here, resistor there, capacitor there, capacitor there. So yeah, so this is looking at the board right way round. The underside of it, I've mirrored it, I've flipped it horizontally so that the pins match up. But yeah, so we can see, okay, it's down here. This is, yes, this is the blue wire there, which you can see is connected. So yeah, if we put the video input somewhere in this region here, let's have a look at the, I think, yeah, that's a capacitor there, I think, isn't it? Yeah, I think that must be that capacitor there. And then this is connected to here. So I put the video input there. Now for audio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's pin 11, which goes to here. So if we have a look on the top side of the PCB, we can see that that's resistor 303 there. So audio goes to here, down to here, which we can see is this here. So what do we have? So we've got another capacitor, I guess, to cut out any DC maybe, I don't know. And we've got this black wire here blocking whatever's under there, but it looks like maybe it's another capacitor. But anyway, so I reckon stick the audio probably in here then. Audio input. Stick the audio input there perhaps. So we can try that actually without putting everything back together, because the audio, we don't need the CRT. We just need to hook up the speaker, plug in power and see if we can get a decent signal out. So I might try to do that. So we'll do audio first and then we'll put it all back together. Okay, I think let's experiment. So I've popped out the resistor. This will do. So pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So pin 11, the resistor that was there, I've popped it out. So the resistor went from there down to here. And then I think we've got a capacitor here, we've got a capacitor there. I don't know what's there. Let's disconnect. So when I took the photo, this black wire was in the way. So, okay, there's just a green cap and a variable. I don't know, is this a variable capacitor or a variable resistor? I'm not sure. What's it? Don't know. Anyway. Oh, inductor maybe. L301. It could be an inductor. Okay. So what I thought might do, I've got a signal generator. So I might use a signal generator just to generate a tone. I know it's a bit overkill. Let me just get it set up. So I might use this just to generate a tone, test it on the speaker here, and then maybe test a few places around to see if we get a decent audio output. What do you reckon? So let me get it set up. So yes, I haven't connected the tube back yet because I'm not worried about the image. I'm just trying to figure out the audio. So let's see. Okay, let's give this a go. So I've got square wave set up, and so that's direct to the speaker. Power on. I turn power on. Okay, which one was it? Okay, that's quite loud. Volume's up maximum. Yep. Okay. So what about where the output is? Come down to there. Okay. Okay, that's working. Very loud. I've got it set 1 volt peak to peak. Maybe 1 volt's too much, I don't know. Amplitude. It doesn't matter anyway. Okay, so I'm definitely getting output there. Turn it down to the minimum. Where was it? Okay, definitely getting output there. So the question is, what about a normal? It's definitely working. There. No. That's there. What about, what else? So keep going this way. Alright, getting there. Okay, let's give it a proper test. So I've just got a quick wire hooked up there to where we took out that resistor. So we've got the output from the chip completely disconnected, and so this goes off to whatever circuit, and that's connected to my Comics 35 here, just to output, makes a sound when it boots up. So we've got power connected, computer is off, power is onto the TV, and let's put the microphone in here. There we go. That seems to be alright. So that's maximum volume. It's probably way too loud. Yeah. So I could probably, I don't know, maybe run it through that original resistor just to drop it down a bit, perhaps, maybe. Yeah, but I think this will be alright just to start with. So the next thing to do, so we've got the audio sorted now. Oops. Got the audio sorted now. So let me power that off before I forget. So yeah, how are we going to get the audio in? So that's it on the back. And I reckon we've got some space here. We can stick audio or the external antenna that we don't even need. Oh no, external antenna, that is going to be the input, isn't it? Yep, silly me. That's what we need to look at next, actually. Let's get my comics out of the way. So what we want to do with the... Okay, so I'll replace that with a socket. So I want to have a look at the antenna input. Because if we're going to be putting in composite, then we need, obviously, signal and ground. But with antenna input, I don't think it differentiates. So, let's, yeah, we're going to be fiddly again. Let's just disconnect the power. It's already switched off anyway. I'll disconnect the speaker and we'll have another look. So, that's the antenna input, which to me, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's like a mono or anything. It looks like it's all kind of, yeah. So I might pull this off, see if I can replace it with another socket. Actually, what you could do is if you used a stereo, you could have ground, video and mono audio all into the one socket. Obviously you'd need to make some changes here on the PCB. Oh, by the way, I've got a Patreon, so I've got high res photos of all of this on my Patreon, so there's more info there if you are so inclined. So let's desolder this next. So it is actually a mono socket. So those two are ground, I would say, and then you've got signal here maybe. So on the PCB, where have I got it here? There and there, so you can see there's that black wire that takes the signal off to this tuner part there. So it's actually two wires, you can see there. So one's ground and one would be signal, I guess, or whatever. So can I replace this? Actually, I don't know if I've got one that's going to fit. So what I could do is I could reuse this. I could remove this wire for a start, so that's those two there. And then also that's a capacitor there, so I could remove that capacitor there. And then for the video in, I could then just run a wire over to pin 5, wherever we were going to hook it up to, probably down to there, run a wire down to there. And then for the audio, There does appear to be space. I could put another socket in. Would be good to use a stereo socket. Or maybe I can. Maybe I should just use a stereo socket. I do have some PCB mount. Mounts. Let's see if they will match. How closely they will match pin out from something 40 years ago. So it's nothing like it. Could drill some holes maybe. No, it won't do that. So yeah, maybe I just put in a panel mount 3.5mm stereo socket and use that for both signals. Maybe I'll do that. These look to be a bit shorter. So I've got tons of space. Well, there is actually cutouts. Looking in here, there are actually cutouts. Bit too big for that, but there was obviously. See, if I want, because I won't need this black wire here, will I? Well, that's just taking the RF signal out, so I'll be able to take this wire out. All right, let me remove some more components. Let's see what we can do. But what do you reckon? Just put in a new stereo socket, then I'll make up a special cable. Okay. I've decided on this one because external antenna fits in perfectly. Of course, you've got to have the issue of wiring it up. So I've got so I buy these in bulk on AliExpress. I'll try to do something on that. Just, 3-pin header, 2-pin header, 4-pin, 5-pin, 6-pin. So I've got a pair of 3-pin. So I'll probably chop them down a bit. Wire these up like this. Maybe not too long. Wire them up like that, and then just use a 3-pin header, probably a long one, just to connect those together, I think. And then these will go off to audio, video, and ground. I think that might be the easiest way. That way, if I ever pull it apart again, it's just a matter of just disconnecting that. So I probably could do something similar for the speaker, but it's not too bad. It's long enough that I can actually get it apart. So I will start doing that, and then we'll put it all together and give it a try. Right, shall we try this again? Okay, goes in. Screw it down, and then I've got a bit of glued heat shrink just to strengthen it a bit. Get the nut over it. Okay, I'll get this done. They're getting there. So I've made kind of a double adapter, so I can plug in like that. So I think I'll do yellow for audio, yellow for video. So on the board here, what we want to do is we want to connect one wire to N for the video, and then one wire, I think, to this R303 down there for the audio, and then just pick a ground, any ground, for the ground wire. Hopefully they should all, because this is originally what I was going to use for the socket. Might not be long enough. That's long enough, and that's just a matter of trying to connect this up to a ground. Alright, see how we go. I think we're done. So as I said, I have photos of this on my Patreon. Makes it a bit easier, but I've got video going to point N, and I've got audio going to one end of R303. So I've disconnected R303, which was connected to, I think, pin 11, wasn't it? And then I've just found a ground point there. So there we go. Hang on. Yes, Mama. There we go. Okay. Alright, hang on, let me just finish this. I think this is just about ready to put back together. So I just need to solder these back on to the CRT on the side there. And rehook that up. And hook that up. And of course resolder the antenna. And yeah, get it all back together. Okay, just about all back together. So actually we probably could test it as it is. Actually leave it out like that maybe. So I'm going to have to... This is the audio, video. This is audio, so I might put a socket on that. Okay. So like I said, unfortunately I didn't have any like blank 3.5mm. Oh, this is an old Sony. Anyway, so I'll try that out, I think. Let me just make up a socket for this so that we can plug in some audio. Okay, here we go. So I've got my comics connected up. So via the stereo, got stereo socket on the back there. So we've got ground, video and audio. So it's a pretty stable image at the moment, though you can see the horizontal retrace. So let's power on. Whoop. Let's adjust the, I think the V-holds. There we go. So it's working. So it's working, so that's colour. Let's press the reset button again. Audio's working. So I've just got those horizontal retrace lines. So I'm not sure, because like if you power off, they're still there. So I don't know if it's because of the age of the TV, or maybe I just need to disconnect the power to that IC in there. But there we go. It's working. Yeah, okay. What do you reckon? Getting there.